hands there. Rose hand inspiring you to live the lifestyle that you want. Let's get that bit of a groove on. Guys, today's topic is dating advice, dating tips, suggestions based on my personal experiences and what has worked and what has not, okay? And as well as gathered research. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel to support my mission to spread the word of hope and inspiration and love, guys, keep it moving. Okay, so the song that I just played is called Be Natural. Now, the reason why I played this song is because I would like to learn the lyrics. I'm kidding. So it's Korean pop, okay? And it's by Red Velvet, so girl band. And yeah, guys, get on it. You know, it's a Korean. What do you call it? Oh, surf the K-pop or something like that. Korean wave. Yeah, surf the Korean wave. I'm gonna say it. Okay, guys. So first up, dating advice. Why it's actually. Why I played this song and why it's called Be Natural is because you need to be natural. You gotta be your own self state, okay? It's just there's nothing more awkward and more unnatural of not being yourself, okay? It just comes across unnatural, it becomes awkward, and there's gonna be a few awkward silence in between of your conversations. Is this music a little bit too loud, guys? I'll turn it down a little bit. Okay, so first up, you just need to relax, take a breather, and just be self-aware. Be self-aware of your body posture, of what messages that you're trying to convey out. Like your energy speaks a lot more clearly than your actual verbal words. Okay, now how you hold yourself, how you breathe, how you actually sit or stand, it makes a huge difference. Okay, now. When you're trying too hard and you're putting this facade on and you're putting on like this mask and you're projecting yourself in a way that's not you at all, the other person's gonna know, okay? They're not stupid, okay? And they know when you talk too much. They know when you're trying to convince them in a way, when you're trying to convince yourself, really, okay? It's like, oh shoot, has my mask fallen off? Is my mustache fallen off? That's just a metaphor, but what I'm trying to say is that when we're trying to portray a particular image to the other person just to impress them, it comes across very try hard, and the other person can feel like they're not genuine, they're not really being authentically themselves. So what the other partner wants to see and what you want to see in the other person when they are trying to place their message across, they would like to know, how are you exactly like how do you respond, how do you answer back to, how do you behave, how do you hold yourself in a particular environment such as your workplace, your home, with your family and friends. They would like to know who you are when you are actually in that environment, okay? Because they would like to visualize, they would like to imagine their future with you. Like, can they see themselves if you become, if you are coming across as polite, friendly, charismatic, big personality, whatever it is, right? They would like to know if they can actually mold in, like not fit in, but more like a good gel, okay? So they would like to visualize and imagine, use their imagination, like a make-believe story, like they'll walk beside you, eating 𝗗chị, walking down the park, and like reminiscing and stuff like that, but most likely of course making plans and such, okay? Okay, so it's so important that we use our communication. Like, we need to articulate it in a way that our energy comes across more better, okay? So it's the language, the words that we actually use isn't more any effective than our physiology, okay? How we actually hold ourselves up, how we stand, how we actually angle our head, do we tilt it, do we look up too much, look look down. You know, it all comes across as an energy message, okay? And the other person can actually pick it up, like, oh, okay, he's not showing me any interest when I'm talking about my skills or my job. You know, like if you're constantly looking away, or you're constantly looking down and not having that eye contact. Having eye contact, come on guys, we should all know this, is, you know, our eyes are the soul, the windows to our soul, okay? That's how we have that connection, and that's where we actually start building that rapport and trust building and such, okay? So when the other person is communicating, and then when they're sharing their life story or such, okay, after you ask a particular question like, oh, okay, what do you do for work? Do you have any children? How long have you been single for? What are you looking for? Okay, those are the common general questions that we normally ask, okay? So straight up, guys and girls, don't interrupt the other person. It's not only considered rude, it's inconsiderate, and you know, you're not mindful and you're not thoughtful and you know, respectful to let that other person complete what they're trying to say, because you're wanting to show interest, you're wanting to show that you are genuine, that you have interest in what they say. They're not just a like a figure, like a physical being, like, oh, this is such a nice artwork, let's just sit here, gawk and stare, but I have no interest in what the other person's intellectual intelligence is. Like, come on guys, just, it's not a Coca-Cola relationship. We want the deep spiritual connection, okay? And that's what lasts long, okay? It's not a novelty thing. You know, good looks and charms and such, you know, good looks basically is a novelty thing, right guys? And you know, it doesn't last forever. Eventually we're all going to grow old and stuff, right? And it's not going to look that exactly as pretty, you know. It's like you just look back at the mirror and you're like, wasn't I a dish? But not so much now. Okay, so when we have a conversation, it's so important that we don't kill it with too many questions. We end up being like, oh my god, let's try hard to impress this other person, but we end up interrogating the person. It's like, what do you do here? Like, how do you know? Like what do you do here? Like how can you confirm that? How can you prove that? I'm thinking, wow, like based on my personal experience quite recently, I felt like, oh my god, when is this guy gonna shut the F up? After he asked me like, oh, Rose, I feel like you actually kind of disconnected here. Like, did I say something wrong, or you know, what's going through your mind? And I go, I was just wondering when you're gonna shut the F up. But I said the word. Okay, so guys, I'm just trying to be ladylike here, okay? Okay, you know, try to keep things light, okay? Just try to keep things playful. Use your sense of humor, use your personality, charismatic, you know. Even if you are an introvert and not as an extrovert crazy being like moi, you know, it's all about the energy exchange, okay? It's how you actually look at the other person, how you show genuine curiosity and interest. And at the same time, you know, keep it fun, keep it playful, show your playful side, but not too silly. Silly in a sense like you're playing like cranks, like pranks. You don't play pranks on them on the first date. You can, but subtle, small gestures instead, okay? And then, you know, at the end of the date, or you know, when you first have that first conversation, connection with the other person online or in person, use your intuition, okay? It's your inner knowing. Use your higher self. Like, you just know within yourself, like, this may be the person. Or you can actually, you know, ask yourself, maybe give it a go, maybe give it a second chance, a second or third date. You never know, okay? The other person may feel a little bit too nervous, too excited, and just didn't want to say anything wrong. And it's okay to stumble on your words. I stammer, and I find that's actually quite cute, you know? And you know, it's okay to be vulnerable and show your innocent your innocent, shy self. You know, it just shows character, like you're humble about it. Okay, guys? I hope this video helps. Please like, share, subscribe if you have not. Leave me comments and feedbacks. Any tips or advice or any suggestion would be great. Okay, let's spread this message of hope and inspiration and love. Okay, guys? All right, up until next time, guys, treat yourself with love, care, do plenty of self-care. Okay, love yourselves more. Yeah, more and more. Mwah.